So here's what I did. Took some paper, cut out stencil. Well, first, I bought a fuel pump sending unit for a 85 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner. Seems to be the closest. It's the same height and everything, but has the bracket for the fuel pump and all the electronics. So I used this guy, made a template, and I made arrows just so it's all in the same configuration. That's what the arrows on that are for. But laid that down, traced it around the center. You can see just a little bit. I try to use as much as I can, but it's going to have to go out a little bit, and then that's just to mark where that is. So just that very center will get cut out, and then I don't know if I should use aluminum or try to find stainless or something to make a new ring. But first thing is we got to cut that center out and hopefully not blow up. So we'll see. All right, so fast forward a few days. I got busy with other stuff, but here's a gas tank. That's where the sending unit goes, and this is where I have put the spot for the new pump. Now, I just cut a steel ring out. Basically, I had the that template I made. Um, the whole tank is just steel, so I figured steel would be fine. Cut it out. I got my holes drilled and tapped for the new pump housing or pump hanger. And JB Weld makes a chemical resistant. So basically, this is all I cleaned the tank up, welded this all the way around here, and then put that chemical resistant JB Weld on there just as a, I don't know, extra precautionary. And I also welded the inside here and then took a die grinder, cleaned it out. This notch right here, the new pump housing, like the power, they have like a bolt for the power wire, and it's right there. So I did notch this out just a little bit. I don't know. I'd hate for that to ground out or something. I don't know what it would cause, but probably wouldn't be good. So got that all cleaned up. I do have pump and housing. Again, I hope I'm doing this right because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But this is the knockoff Walboro pumps. They're supposed to keep up with the higher fuel pressure needed, but kind of combined two hangers. So this from there down with the bracket is from like a Ford Ranger. I happen to have it. It solved the problem of how to clamp on there. This is all submergible fuel rated, submergible fuel rated. There we go. So is that everything is submergible. So there again, that freaks me out. Electricity being inside the gas. But I got it all hooked up. Even the heat shrink is submergible, chemical resistant, whatever. But yeah, I think this is going to solve the problem. Again, I believe the original setup I had, basically it was an inline, it's the Evil Energy inline pump with the returnless deal. So the return line's right on the pump. But since the tank, the fuel gets pulled out of it from the top. So I don't think that inline pump was able to pull it up enough and keep it all going consistently, because it'd fire right up, it run good, and then all of a sudden it'd start to die and everything else, and basically there'd be no fuel pressure. So figured to hell with it. And there's nothing available. I guess you could get a fuel cell or any number of things, but I've already built this whole situation and relocated the gas tank and everything. So it's like I ain't redoing all that shit. So this is what I came up with. Right or wrong, I do not know. This hanger is for a 84 through 96 or something, Toyota 4Runner. So I was able to get the gasket, and I was thinking it would be long enough, but it wasn't quite long enough. And this is the 17-gallon tank. So again, it was all brand new. I wouldn't have been welding on it or cutting or nothing if it was a used tank. So it had about 2 gallons in it for about a day and a half when I was trying to do that. I drained it, I rinsed it, I sat it out in the sun for quite a few days. It doesn't smell like it, nothing. So I am very confident um, that little bit of gas that was in there, I fully flushed out and everything. So just a little, I ain't trying to blow myself up. But that's kind of the update on it. It's kind of being, it's ready to be put together. And see what happens. So we'll come back when I get it mounted in there. I'll get the tank in there. I'll get it mounted back in the truck and everything, and hopefully the fuel situation will be handled. So we'll be right back. All right, so we got the gas tank mounted back in there. I do need to make like a skid plate for it. I did put mounts in it, and there's a couple hooks. There's the other one back there. Uh, just haven't quite gotten that far, but it's not real low, but I definitely want a skid plate on it. But got the tank mounted, got it hooked up. I am waiting on a fitting, compression fitting for that line, but temporarily. Just went with the hose clamp. Got running around again. Got my hot wire for the fuel pump. I just got it ran. Definitely will be loomed up and everything. Same with the ground wire. Just kind of got jumper wire for the moment. But I did spend a lot of time running hard lines and all kinds of stuff. Um, Again, I haven't done this stuff really before, so it was all brand new, brand new. But kind of the goal with this situation is to have a cool camper uh, and cruise around Wisconsin. That's kind of the whole thought behind it, I guess. But anyway, and again, I got the filler neck just kind of temporarily there, but we'll fire it up. I did put like a gallon of gas in there and everything, but we'll see what happens here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check out, see how we did on the in-tank fuel pump. Again, this is all, I mean, everything's taped and all that, but I just haven't loomed everything up and cut it to length, so it looks a little hectic, and I'm running off the jumper pack, so let's see what we got. Ready to kick on. There we go. Fired up. He's running. I don't have the belt on it yet. But yeah, he runs. Alright. So yeah, I would say that that was a success. So she's fired up, and you can see I'm kind of shooting this a little out of the sequence. I got the radiator, but anyway, in-tank fuel pump works, locked in. It's probably not how everybody would do it, but it works. It ain't leaking, and we got good fuel pressure, so we can move on. So all right, so I figured I'd just do a kind of a better final um, video of this in-tank fuel pump situation. Got it all good. Got a compression fitting to a 6AN barbed, and then the fuel injection line. All that's from Evil Energy. The return line had it's like a barb, but like a single barb. I think that will be playing good. I got good clamp on there, and I routed them over. I got hard line going through, and then that's all hard line. I just put some old fuel line to kind of buffer it between the frame. And I did loom up my electrical, ran over here. I actually soldered in a connector, and ran my ground, loomed it. I stopped it right there because I still got a bunch of other wiring to run, so I'm not exactly sure. It seems smarter to kind of run everything in a loom. So I just ran it to there, got snug. There's the Evil Energy fuel filter return type of deal. So just thought I'd give a little better look. Here too, I'm gonna have to figure something out because the fuel fill is about right here. So certainly I'll get that all worked out, but that's just tightened in so I can move it around and run it and everything, and not have it sealed up. Here is my fuel gauge, fuel sender, which it did work. So but I'll run the wire to that and everything, but just figured I'd give a little better video of this. So next, actually the radiator is in. So I think next I'm going to tackle the cooling system. That'll probably be a video in itself. And then I'll probably do the tunnel. And I got to kind of move the gas pedal a little bit. I got some other seats I'm going to put in there. So I'll probably make that one whole video. So, but in tank, fuel pump conversion works great. It was, I don't know. It took a lot of thought for me, but I haven't done this. Is all new stuff to me. So 83 Toyota Chinook converted for fuel injection in tank pump. See ya on the next one.